What's going on, guys? Welcome to Arsenal Fan TV, and it is a huge game for Arsenal this Saturday, 12:45 at Anfield, away to Liverpool. Now, I've been really looking forward to this game, but at this time in the season, it really isn't a very kind fixture. Going into this game, we've actually beaten Liverpool twice on the bounce away from home, so we should go into the game with absolute confidence. We've had a great win over Crystal Palace, and if you look at the score between Chelsea and City, Chelsea getting a win, we've opened up a 2-point gap at the top. Hopefully, we can increase that with a win over Liverpool, and I'm really confident we can do it. Now, looking at Liverpool, they're a team that are obviously fighting for top four, and they really do have the potential to do it. I think them, Everton, Spurs, and possibly Man United are the teams that are really battling for top four. But the team that really stand out to me, Liverpool. I think Rodgers has invested extremely well in the team, brought in some excellent players, and you know, they kind of deserve it, to be honest, the way they've been playing this season. They've had some exceptional games. Sometimes they haven't been particularly great. At home, they've been impeccable this season, apart from maybe a couple of sloppy defeats. They've been really, really good, and I can't fault them at all. Looking at them up top, that's the obvious danger. Suarez and Sturridge. Now, we've kept them quiet before in that 2-0 victory at the Emirates. No reason why we can't do it again. It's nothing that Mertzak and Koscielny shouldn't be able to handle, although it will be a really tough test, especially away from home. Looking at their midfield, now they've got some really decent players in there. They've got Gerrard, Coutinho, they've got some quality players there. But the problems with Liverpool lie in their defence. Now, going into this game, I believe that they're without Sacco and Agar. I'm not too sure on that, but I think that's what I heard. And then, you know, the players that I reckon they're going to have to play for this one are Skrtel and Toure. Now, Skrtel, on his day, can be a world beater. He's a quality defender, but there's one side of him that lets him down, and that's his aggression. He's too aggressive. He's very prone to giving away fouls, cards, and, you know, his man marking's pretty poor. Like I said, on one day, he can be fantastic. Any other day, he could be god-awful. And then the other defender they got, Kolo Toure, an ex-Arsenal man himself, by far had his day. And you know, you just have to look at his performance from last weekend against West Brom, and you know, it tells you what you need to know about him. On the left-hand side, they've got Sissoko. He's a player I don't rate at all. Anyway, breaking them down, I think it's something we should be able to do. I reckon we could really easily exploit our defence. Now, a bonus for Arsenal going into this one is that we've got Jackie Wilshere back. Now, that's going to be absolutely huge for us. Chamberlain, of course, filled in that box-to-box midfield role against Crystal Palace last weekend, and he did a phenomenal job there. So I'm glad to see Wilshere back. Maybe we could deploy Chamberlain on the right hand side, or even play Gnabry, give Chamberlain a rest. We're spoiled for choice in this one. Rosicky, I'm hoping, might feature in this one. I think he's the kind of player that will thrive off the big games, or maybe have an impact from the subs bench. I'm going to get straight into my lineup actually whilst I'm talking about all the players, and I'm going to go with Szczesny in goal, Sander at right back, Mertesacker, Koscielny, Gibbs, Arteta, Wilshere, Chamberlain, Ozil, Cazorla, and Giroud. Now, I haven't really dropped Gnabry for this one. I was just so impressed with Chamberlain against Crystal Palace that I think we've got to start him for this one. But on the right-hand side, and deploy Jack Wilshere in the centre of the park. Now, drop Podolski. I thought he was a bit hit and miss against Crystal Palace. I thought he had some golden moments. I thought his tracking back certainly was excellent in that game. But going forward, he was a little bit lacklustre. And I don't think this is a game where we can afford to experiment with the team. So I'd play it safe, because all on the left-hand side, Ozil through the middle, and then Giroud up top. I think that's a quality side. And then, of course, Gibbs coming in for Monreal. Monreal, I think he's a good player. I think he's a very good player, in fact. But I think against Crystal Palace, he wasn't great. He put in an okay performance, but I want that solidarity that that Kieran Gibbs brings to the team. This is a game where we can't really afford any slip-ups, because away from home, Liverpool is a really tough ground to go to. Not to say we shouldn't get the win, but it's going to be really hard. And I am confident we could do it. I mean, we play Liverpool again in just over a week's time, so it's going to be interesting to see how these games pan out. If we can get 3 wins against Liverpool this season, we'll have done one hell of a job to do that. I mean, they're by no means a pushover of a side. But I'm really looking forward to this game, and the prediction that I'm going to go with for this one, I'm going to go with probably 1-0 to Arsenal. It's going to be a really tight one. But I reckon, you know, we could end up running away with the game if we maybe get an early goal, if we exploit a defence, and we keep solid at the back. So it's going to be a really interesting one to watch. I want you to leave your predictions in the comments box below. I honestly think we could go for a draw in this one. Not obviously play for the draw, not sit back like Chelsea do in these big games. But maybe if, you know, we don't get a win, we shouldn't be too downhearted with a draw, because it's a tough ground to go to. Liverpool are a much better side than we've faced in previous seasons. and it would be a point well earned. So I'm really looking forward to this game, but I'm confident we can get a win. We've won here before, we can do it again. Like I said, let me know your score predictions in the comments box below. If you have enjoyed the video, it would be great if you click the like button. Subscribe for more videos, and as always, thanks for watching, guys.